Hello everyone, so back on the Sharan. I say we're back on it. I have finished it off camera. I've finished all the tiny little bits that need doing. There's one or two things that still need doing, but I can officially get it off the ramp and onto the floor for the first time. So I'll just update you of what we've done. Now, if you haven't watched the last video, go watch that because, you know, there's a lot of detail in that, but I'll just quickly go over it. Pre-facelift Sharan, it is a VR6 model. On top of that, it is a carrot, or however you want to say it. And that includes blue leather interior. And that basically means it's like the top spec model. And yeah, it's a cool car. It's a very cool car. Obviously, VR6, and we've bagged it. So we've ended up bagging it with Mark IV Golf stuff. We was given all of this second-hand airlift stuff to put on, and I basically used a bit of everything to put onto this car. So I'm going to put it up in the air and I'm just going to go over it quickly and show you the finished product. Before I go any higher, you'll notice that we've got our new top mounts all bolted up. We put a lot of camber on the front, and looking now, that's probably going to be about the same as the rear when it goes all the way down. So that's good. That's going to tuck just underneath this lip here. Let's go up a bit more. That's the cat. So off camera, I've actually decatted it today, and this is like a sports cat sort of thing. I did have to extend it just here. I can't get my finger on it. Just here. I had to extend the decat a little bit. And basically I looked through this and it's just a straight pipe all the way through. So it's meant to look like a cat, but it's pretty much a straight pipe all the way through. Front struts, there you go. Leader lines, P-clipped into the chassis. That obviously goes all the way to the back. And here we have Mark IV Golf bags. Now this is all the way off load, and the bags actually locate themselves in there. So they've got about 100 PSI at the minute. And yeah, they actually locate themselves. So I was worried that they wasn't going to fit, but they do. So that's good. Both sides on there. These are TA Technics coilover shocks that are on the back. That's good on there. This is the funky little box that we made for the compressor and the management. So your compressor's mounted there, your management's mounted there. And we got the tank right here, so we had to make a bracket for this. We had to make sure there was no welding. Oh, well, we didn't have to make sure. I just didn't want to take any of the interior out. So this is all a bolt-on application. This is pretty much the only place it could go, because you see that little bulge in the chassis? That is perfect for where we got here. So we've got some lines here, and if you follow it back, there's a joiner here. And this joiner is only temporarily because we have a water trap that needs to go here, but we don't have one yet. I say we don't have one. We do have one, but ours is leaking, which is one of the last little things I need to sort out on it. And yeah, it was kind of hard to get everything underneath here because we want the management underneath the car, which we can do because all airlift stuff is like weatherproof. And we needed to get it obviously above the bumper because, well, you don't want to see it as you're following it. And then obviously this car is a VR6 and you want all 7 of your mates in the car screaming down the road because it's going to sound amazing. And this car has a back box delete, sports silencer, and now a decat. So it's going to be fantastic. If you know me and you know my cars, I like to have lots of things very, very, very low, and I like to go to the next level and make things stupid, really. In future, potentially, one of these will cut hits to 1 million pieces. I personally want one. I've wanted one for ages. And this is like my first time working on a Mark 1 Sharan. I've wanted like a VR6 manual, first gen Seat Alhambra. Now, very rare car. All these cars got thrown away. And if it was me, I would have 17s on it and the seals would be sat on the floor. So yeah, that's a job for a future me. But for now, let's get it on the floor for the first time and hear the new decat, because I'm excited to see what it's going to sound like, how different it's going to sound like. I put a clip before and after of what it actually sounded like, so you can tell me if it sounds any different. Let's do it. Right, okay, so the car is obviously loads higher than it was in the last video, but click back to that video and then tell me if it sounds much different on this video as well. can see, it goes quite high. Like, that is very high. It's like almost standard height. Maybe not on the front, but there, the back at least. I think it sounds really, really cool, but I'm going to calibrate it and then I'll get it on the floor for the first time. Now, if you're not used to air ride, you basically have to calibrate it and just let the management know if your car's on a level surface, wheels straight. Is all the wheels free of obstructions, manifold mounted, one compressor, auto, no height sensors, vehicle will now move. Yes. Now do your thing. It's not doing anything. Hey. Woo, woo, woo. There you go. Oh, I love this. Oh, it looks really good. Basically, it runs through all the air stuff, so it goes all the way down, all the way up, and then it will just... That's not all the way down. I know it's not all the way down. It basically figures out how much weight's in the car, what the air pressure is doing, and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. Don't do this, and then I'll join you in a second. Calibration is successful, ready to use, exit. Keep getting this incompatible revision. Now, obviously, this is a second-hand manifold. We have a few others, but the others are 1/4 inch, so this is the only 3/8 one we got. Usually, you have to update it with your phone, so I'm going to give that a go now. It's calibrated and see what we can do. Right, we have no warning errors. I'm going to go all the way up. I'm going to put you on a little tripod, and I'm going to show you for the first time, and for the first time for me as well, the car airing out. Now, I would be lying if I wasn't disappointed ever so slightly on that front. Usually, if you watched the last video, I was saying everyone struggles to get the rear down, and I am struggling to get the front down. But I think there is some minor adjustments I can do to make that work. Now, I'll figure that out on another day, but I just need to drive it to make sure everything is working as well as it should. And I'll try and get the front a bit lower as well, because obviously we're tucking rim at the back, but not the front, which was not my idea. But I just want to go and drive it, see what driving a 7-seater bagged van feels like, especially a VR6 one. So let's go for a drive. Now, I don't know what to expect at all. Like, what does a minivan like this actually drive like on the road? Oh, I've got to unlock the gate. Oh, it's gonna fall over. Oh no. Is it recording? Yes, it's recording. I wish this car was a manual, but beggars can't be choosers. that decat has done so much for it. If you heard this thing coming towards you, screaming like that, you would not know it's this car. Oh my god, I love it. If you had a set of mates in a VR6 Sharan, say it was manual, turbo VR6, just be nuts with it. Like I am, heated seat on, cruising, sounding like an absolute fighter jet. Oh mate, this is not working. These bumpy roads are awful, man. I've just come to realign my camera, and the sunset is bloody lovely today. And this thing is a hoot. So good, so good. This is what I'm dealing with. Look, a bag and a tripod and a glove box that doesn't shut. Okay. Aha. Reset. I love it. Driving this thing, obviously you know you're driving a people carrier. And the VR6 is not really known for its great performance. If anything, it's known for only being 175 brake horsepower, big displacement, and just a bit lazy. And this paired with a automatic gearbox in a big 7-seater does exactly that. But it does sound very good. I'll be honest, it's a bit drony, but it gets up to speed for a big brick. It goes, and it's comfy. This being a carrot model is absolutely fantastic. I am in very much a lot of comfort now. Heated seats, captain chair, the electric pop-outs in the back. If it was a summer's day and I had all the windows down, I'd be loving it, but it's not. It's about -2. So, in future, I do want to get one of these, but the Seat Alhambra, the Seat is a little space in my heart, because Seat actually does the better stuff. Like throughout the VAG range, like Seat does the best stuff. They are the F2 World Rally Champions, and that legendary sticker is awesome. I had a Seat Ibiza, the best one, and a Seat Arosa, that was a good one. I had a Seat Arosa Sport, that was like the best Lupo ever. And it just works. Now if I had a Seat one of these, I don't know if they did a VR6 Seat Sharan, but I know they did a VR6 Galaxy Sharan. Hang on. Brakes are pretty good as well, to be fair. The camera's moved under braking. I wasn't accounting for that. See if I can launch it out of this junction. Is pretty lazy in like the revving. It holds its revs quite a lot, but if you let off the accelerator and then it'll change gear, you gotta like play with it a little bit. But wow, there was a group of lads that actually drove a VR6 bag Sharan to Worthing and it had a Martini livery on it, and it had 17-inch like Brabus free spokes on it, I do believe. That car was cool, but again, that was front end down, arse end up. I'll try and find some pictures of it and I'll overlay it here, but they had a little forum post somewhere and I can't remember where it was, and they said they really struggled to get the rear end down. Now my problem is that the rear end is too low compared to the front now, one of these, it would go ridiculously fast. Now, imagine if you just gap like an M140i. We have VR6 Turbo Sharan with all 7 of you in it. Unmatched, absolutely unmatched. You can hear it proper like gurgles on the overrun. It's brilliant. Oh, here's the tunnel. So good. Oh mate, if this was manual, you'd have a lot of fun. I keep saying that, but I'm having the best time ever in literally a people carrier. And when you get out, it looks good. I think it looks really good on the floor. Now this video is about the Magnus. Like, these Mark IV Gold struts, they work very well. Like, the pressure is right, the height is right, there's no creaks, no rattles, like it really does just work. If I get that front down, that'd be perfect. If it had 17s on it, we'd have a problem. I think 19s are the move for this chassis, maybe 18s. So in future, when my YouTube channel gets 4 billion subscribers, I will build a VR6 Sharan, no, VR6 Seat Alhambra Turbo in teal, like a teal colour maybe, I don't know, that bit doesn't matter. Fancy an interior like this, and it will lay seals on the floor, and we'll have some nice wheels on it, and it'll be perfect. It's so good. So good. Gonna have a look today, see if I can lower the front before tomorrow and this video goes out. There's a VR6 cold start. Good news is, the tank didn't drain overnight, which is success. That means we've got no leaks. Woo! Right, let's take it to the unit. I want to have a brief look at the front struts, see if I can drop them through. To drop them through any further, as you saw in the last video, I would need to notch it. The cold start's loud. Oh, the compressor is on, that's why it's louder. I can't hear it. You can't hear the compressor over the cold start. That's how loud it is. Oh, you can hear it now, look. That's the compressor. Let's get to the workshop. Just had this on the ramp just now, and we can't get any lower. Basically, this is a Mark IV strut. This is where the hub would usually clamp on to the bottom of the strut here, right? When I say drop through, I mean like drop the hub through. So the coilover goes through the hub, that bottom of the strut gets closer to the CV joint. And you basically get like 50 mils extra worth of drop. But because we're using struts like the performance struts, just because they're better, we can't really do it because it's like so much bigger than their body. So there'll be a lot of machining that we'd have to do onto these, and then there's an element of it where it could be too thin to use, sort of thing. But that's a job for the future, because I do believe in future this will get a different set of wheels, and potentially maybe it gets, you know, more lows in future. I don't know, but for now I'm happy with it. It dries really nice. I'm gonna go outside, take some pictures, and yeah, that's how you bag a Sharan. In future, these will match, but for this video, it shall not. Not a finished product in my opinion, but it works for now. It does look good. And this is gonna be mounted here, basically. That's gonna be mounted there. We haven't got a foam mount that goes into the vents yet. One like that. See that foam mount there? We need one of those on here. I do really like this. I mean, it's so cool. And so me. 19s. I don't know what the whips are and stuff like that, but yeah, 19s on air. Now I've done one, it makes me really want to put one on the floor myself, but just go the extra mile and just be like absolutely ridiculous with it. But let me know if you want to see that, because I could do it. I can do it. But it's a lot of work, and finding the great car to start with. Seat Alhambra Mark 1, which is like one of the rarest cars ever, I swear. Let me know if you got one. I've got a Toyota BB in next week. Let me know if you want me to film that. I'm going to film a video on the Sierra next week as well. And I got some updates for the Sierra I just want to talk about during that video, but we're actually going to be doing some work to the Sierra. And but let me know if you want to see me bag a Toyota BB during the week. Let me know. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get an outside clip for you in a minute, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Just noticed something that I have been talking about in this whole video, and this is a 7-seater. There's only 6 seats in it. My apologies. Bye.